Valentine's Day.
All right. Welcome. You have
Patty.
Sedona.
and Britton from Coffee Beanery. And if you haven't already, please like and share, especially on our YouTube channel. We want to do some cool things, but we have to have a certain amount of followers. If you can't always listen to us, we also listed all of these on podcasts. Pre-warned, we did not edit anything that we said on them. We just uploaded them. That might be a project for a later day. So
I
think we're on like Google,
Oh.
Apple, like anywhere you get your podcasts, we should be available. So for free, we don't have subscriptions or anything.
Oh.
Just find out what we're doing.
You get all of this for free.
Right? Aren't you
We're
excited?
sorry.
So excited.
We're sorry. Well, I like your shoes. Are those little heart Converse?
They are.
Look at you all Valentine's-y.
Walking around the warehouse, I feel like everybody pretty much has, except for the boys. They're all in black. And then most of the girls have like some sort of Valentine's something going on.
What are we doing? I mean, I've got black and white.
I did pink.
Heartfelt.
I have a really
Yeah.
cute red Valentine's Day sweater, but my kids' parties are at school tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I am saving that for
Why are they
tomorrow.
not on Valentine's Day? Why are they tomorrow?
It's count day today, and
Oh.
usually it's
Oh,
late
yeah.
start day.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, they did
Oh.
them tomorrow, but now, of course, we're supposed to like, hello, happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, Bill.
We're supposed to get a bit of a snowstorm. So
Oh,
I'm
gosh.
really hoping school's not canceled.
Yeah, like when you
Yeah.
like go to volunteer and then it's like, Yay.
I think it may have been canceled for their Christmas parties, but I'm not sure.
What a bummer. Well, hopefully not. As long as it doesn't snow on Sunday when we fly to Tucson, then I'm
I mean,
good.
even if it does a little
Yeah.
bit, it won't be a big deal.
Yeah. I just don't like any kind of travel when there's any kind of weather.
I
Like,
know.
don't de-ice
Yeah.
my plane. I will freak out. I mean, I
Well,
want you to,
They're-
but like,
even
also
if it's cold,
don't.
they're gonna de-ice it.
You know how I am about flying. I just don't.
Well, that's why we're going in the day before, so
Yeah.
it'll be fine.
Yeah, true.
You guys might have a treat next week on your live.
Yeah, we're not sure what's going to happen yet. We're not sure if we're going to pre-record next week or if we're going to have a boys takeover.
Or both.
Or both. Yeah.
Could be interesting.
We're not sure if we trust the boys to do
Well, we're
it.
supposed to taste the coffee subscription box next week.
Yeah.
And that's where the dilemma is coming in,
Yeah.
is that the boys are saying they're going to do crazy things, or they're going to make it like 6 minutes long. and
Yeah.
all the things.
I mean, maybe you want a 6-minute long because, you know, we obviously have the gift of gab. So,
yeah, that's true.
yeah. But speaking of that, I printed off all kinds of weird things about Valentine's Day to share with you guys. Do you know how weird, like, the origins of Valentine's Day is?
I don't. I can't say
I've-
that I've ever looked it up.
I
Yeah.
have
Like,
no
do you know
idea.
anything about any of the origin at all?
No
Well, there
idea.
was a St. Valentine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first thing.
Good morning, Deborah.
Hey, Deborah. They say there's actually 3 different Valentines or St. Valentines, but there's only one that is actually attributed to this holiday. And it says that he was a Roman priest who performed weddings for soldiers forbidden to marry because of a Roman emperor's edict decreeing married soldiers did not make good warriors, and thus young men could not marry. So he married them anyways. And
Okay.
he wore a ring with a cupid on it, and he handed out hearts to remind Christians of their love for God.
Okay.
So that is who Saint Valentine actually is. But that doesn't have anything to do with the Valentine Day holiday.
I mean,
right?
kind of like we
Yeah.
hand out hearts to each other, right, to remind them that they're loved.
True. That's true. And
it's just gotten obviously more commercialized since.
Oh, so commercialized. So Geoffrey Chaucer, an author in 1375, is who's supposed to be the person who brought Valentine's Day, the modern day Valentine's Day, which I'm like, modern day? How is 1375 modern day?
Well,
Right?
the funniest thing about the 1375 is when you say it like that, like we know that that's a long time ago, right?
Uh-huh.
I was watching this teacher she was teaching her children about Usher for pre-Super Bowl.
You said that to me, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pre-Super Bowl.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she
Yeah,
was
I was
telling
right
them
next to
that
her.
like
Mhm.
one of his albums or something was released in like 1997 or
Oh
something happened in 1997. And all the kids gasped in the class and go, that was in the 1000s.
my God, I'm going to
And-
die.
And so when you say 1375 or whatever, that's
Yeah.
also the 1000s. And that actually is a long time ago.
That
But,
actually
like,
is a real long time ago.
1990s or, even 50s, any of the 1900s is not that long ago.
Or 1983 when I was born. I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago,
It
you
was just
know?
the 1000s.
The
I
1000s.
was like, oh my gosh.
Well, you were born in what, 2009?
Yeah.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. You weren't born in the 1000s.
Yeah. Oh,
It cracked me up.
I would
It's
just,
like, that's 1,000, like that could be a 1,000-year span.
Yeah.
It's not.
yeah. You like the Usher halftime show, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it started off a little bit slow, but I was entertained.
Mhm.
So
I don't feel like he sang the songs I wanted him to sing.
some of them, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah. I like Ludacris coming in. I like Little
Yeah.
John coming in.
well, and you gotta think about the songs on the actual lyrics though, and then
Yeah.
remember they're on live TV.
I'm sorry, they were
Yeah.
on stripper poles on live TV, if you
Well,
recall.
they're
So
just dancing.
on stripper poles. So
Pole gymnastics.
gymnastics.
Nothing wrong with
Pole
that.
gymnastics.
I believe that's what my kids called it.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at those.
Look at them on the
Look
pole,
at them
mommy.
doing gymnastics. Like, yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening there. They're not coming
Yeah.
from their night
Did you
job
hear
to do this.
that Usher got married in Vegas 3 days before?
No, I didn't. Who did he
Yeah.
get married to?
No idea.
No idea.
I got married in Vegas. Did you know that? I got married in the drive-thru in Las Vegas. Yeah,
Really?
legit. Like in the back of a limo. We went to, I don't know, like a Little White Chapel or one of those, and we did. And they literally have a drive-through menu board that you can pick what you want off of it, and then you drive up. Now, the limo they sent to pick us up, this was August when we got married, and so it was roaring the air conditioner, and it was like kind of broken. So I could barely hear what the lady was saying. I don't really know if I'm really married to this day because I don't really know what she was saying.
Well, I mean, it's filed, so
It's
you
filed.
are,
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
so
marriage license, so I guess I'm married, you know.
technically.
But they put out a little like speaker out the window of like playing like the wedding march, and it was so janky.
See, I guess I thought you guys actually like went into a
No,
chapel.
we sat in the car, and here's the best part. The driver of our limo got out of the car and sat on the back trunk and smoked a cigarette during our ceremony.
Time. He
And
probably
our-
does it all day long.
Our friends were filming it.
Oh
So
my
like in our
God.
wedding video, which I don't even know where that is anymore, you can see a guy just sitting on the back smoking while we're getting married, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah, totally. But I would do it again because I didn't spend, $20,000 on a wedding
Sure.
ceremony, right? Well, actually, my friends spent like $200 on our
Right.
wedding ceremony. So
Well, all the time, the stress.
Yeah,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
yeah.
Usher married Jennifer something.
I don't know who that is.
I don't
I'll
know
have
who
to look
that
her
is
up.
either, or how
I
to
don't
pronounce that.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Me
Last name
neither.
we can't pronounce. You got
Yeah.
yourself a winner there. You got
Congrats.
yourself a winner.
I mean, we don't know him, so we don't really know if he's a winner.
I mean,
But I would
knows?
assume so.
yeah, he seems nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems nice. Okay, so then I found another article called The Dark Origins of Valentine's Day.
Ooh, spooky.
It
It
does
sounds right
sound-
up your alley.
It is, right? So I know this one says this drawing depicts the death of Saint Valentine, which I don't
We're
even know.
not showing that drawing.
Yeah, don't,
The-
because
the
it's a little bit weird.
Unaliving.
So
Daddy.
this says from February 13th to the 15th, the Romans celebrated the feast of Lupercalia, if I'm saying that right. The men sacrificed a goat and a dog, then whipped women with the hides of the animals they had just slain. That's dark, right?
Yeah, that doesn't even seem like Facebook, like
Oh, maybe I should have said
approved.
that. Well, it's the history,
It is,
right?
it's the
It's the history.
Supposed history.
Yeah, supposed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said that young women would line up for the men to hit them because they believed that
No.
would make them fertile. Yes.
No.
Yes. And then
What?
it also include a matchmaking lottery in which young men drew the names of women from a jar. And then they would be coupled up. I'll just say that for the
Yeah,
PC.
thank you.
During the duration of the festival or longer if the match was right.
You know what though? I mean, think about folklore, right? So like a lot of the fairy folklore and stuff,
Yeah.
and they have these like special gatherings.
Yes.
Usually it's around springtime
Yeah, like
or
Sultane
whatever.
or something,
Yeah.
Midsummer's
Yeah.
Night. Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
that literally is the point because you're probably at home you're hunting and gathering for your food. It's not like you can go to the grocery store.
Right.
So you're spending all your time doing this. So how do you meet people?
Apparently,
this way.
by getting
Good
hit
morning,
with animal
Charles.
hides. Apparently, that's how you do it.
I mean, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah. So then it looks like in the 5th century, there was a pope who wanted to get rid of these pagan rituals.
Yeah. I can see that.
Because he said it was little more than a drunken revel, but the Christians put clothes back on it.
They put clothes on it. It's
I gotta
so
love
better
that.
now.
I gotta love it. Yeah. So that was like the dark origins of how that all
And that
came
was
about.
in the Roman?
Yeah, that was the Roman Empire.
Don't you think they did everything a little bit darker than normal, though?
The Romans really just didn't seem to have a lot of filters, I'm going to say.
Yeah, it sounds like your kind of culture.
Yeah, they just, right?
Yeah. Sounds like right where you belong.
I don't know. The Romans kind of crossed some lines that, like,
You're watching from
maybe
your classroom. Oh, well.
Oh, hey, Charles.
I don't know how PC this is. No. That's
maybe mute me a little bit, Charles. I got some more weird facts.
There's more?
I got more.
Oh my gosh.
This one is about how chocolate came into Valentine's Day.
Oh, because women.
Is that what you think? Because of women? That women like?
I mean, I'm just like, give me chocolate and I'm happy. So
I mean, that's fair.
You know?
That's fair. So this actually came from an Aztec emperor, and he served gold cups with a certain drink made of cacao, which they said was, and I put this in quote, for success with women.
Well, it is a natural aphrodisiac, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's dark chocolate.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what they say here, is that it is considered a natural aphrodisiac. And that is why it was so popular. And that Casanova called chocolate the elixir of love.
I mean, fair.
Yeah. But it actually wasn't until 1847 when there was a British chocolate maker, J.S. Fry and Sons, and they started because before you only drank chocolate. And so then they produced the first chocolate bar, which was like cacao and like sugar and butter and stuff like that, right? And they formed a moldable paste, which sounds so appetizing. But then they started selling
like fudge consistency.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. Maybe like a little bit.
That.
Yeah. Fudge is a nicer way than moldable paste.
Yeah.
You're definitely in marketing. Good job.
I'm thinking fudge.
Fudge sounds better. So then, but Cadbury, who was their rival, was the one who actually went to connect Valentine's Day with chocolates. And they started making heart-shaped boxes with a heavily decorated lid with assorted bonbons and filled with marzipans, chocolate-filled ganaches, things like that. But
so we're still giving each other hearts at this point. It's just evolved into heart-shaped boxes of chocolate.
But here's the thing. After you ate the chocolate, you were supposed to keep the box. And it is a deeply prized sentiment, where there is a deeply prized thing to keep. Yes. And you're supposed to store in it your love letters, lockets of hair, and treasured mementos.
Lockets of hair?
I don't think I've ever kept a locket of my husband's hair.
No,
ever.
I don't keep hair, but and we don't really write like love letters. Yeah. But I mean, I have like boxes of all the cards and stuff that I got, but not my heart boxes.
Yeah. And I feel like if I had a box full of hair, I might be on a watch list somewhere.
You might have your kid's first haircut.
I mean, true. Okay. And I do. We did talk about the box full of teeth that we have of our kids, right? We did go there a couple weeks ago.
Right. I
guess, I still belong on a watch list.
Yeah, I don't have I don't even know my children's hair.
No. I might have like first haircut. I don't know.
I didn't do that.
But did you do like more of a baby book for the first child than the second?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not even close.
My first child has like a baby book, and then Lane has nothing.
I have Google photo albums.
Amen, right?
Because it automatically takes the photos from all of their phones and puts it into my children's album.
Which is so smart.
It's so easy.
Yeah. Let's hope that never goes away.
They all get alerts too. So like if my mom takes a picture because she's out doing something with them, it automatically goes from her phone into this album. And then anybody who's in the album who I gave permission to gets an alert and is like, new photo posted. And then it's great because then the other grandmas and they all get to see what the kids are doing.
And I'm on there too.
I think I'm on it.
Patty's like, I never see pictures of your kids because I don't post on social media.
Doesn't.
And I'm like, I can add you to my kids' photo album. She's like, yes.
Yeah. And then you know what? When your kids were here last, we went on the album and looked. Yeah. And they were telling me all about like the memories, which I thought was really cool.
Fun. Yeah. And then Google will send me like daily memories from the
Yeah,
photos,
which
and
I
stuff.
love.
And
Yeah.
videos of like how they've grown and cute stuff.
Mhm.
That's cute.
And
I
that's so
love
sweet.
it. So
Okay.
that's my baby book.
So guess how many heart-shaped boxes of chocolate will be sold this year in the United States?
200
40
million.
million.
40 million is the exact answer.
Really?
Yes. 40 million is the exact
That's
answer.
crazy.
That is crazy. And they said that U.S. consumers will shell out around $1 billion for Valentine's Day
That's
this year.
funny because I was thinking 1 billion, and then I was like, no, this is just the chocolates. So I
Yeah.
did the lower,
Yeah.
but 1
Yeah.
billion for spend
Yeah.
makes sense.
I'm sorry, and it's just $1 billion for candy.
Just for
Just for
candy.
candy, and
Mm.
75% of that will be on chocolate.
Wow.
And it says that even though like people actually prefer, and Americans, I should say, prefer chocolate to flowers over 69%.
I mean, yeah, flowers just die.
Yeah.
Right? I have chocolate for like 2 months.
Yeah.
Or longer
Yeah.
sometimes. I don't like those heart-shaped box candies. So like
No,
I've
they don't
never
taste-
Aldi's the
ones with
only
the
one who's
fillings
had
and
good
stuff.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of gross.
Yeah.
They are.
I like the people who started doing like the beef jerky ones for guys.
Yes.
Did you get your husband present? Valentine's Day?
We went to dinner last night.
Oh,
with the
nice. Where'd you guys
kids.
go?
We went to the Fenton Hotel.
Oh, nice. That's a nice place to go.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do like seafood at home. Like we bought lobster tails and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I got Adrian and Aiden Hutchinson Lions jersey because we still go Lions over here. We go Lions all year.
It's just been a tough year.
Yeah.
So we just,
Yeah.
we went to dinner
Dinner is
and
great.
called it a day.
Dinner is great.
Got the kids these little like their dogs, but inside of one of their ears has their name on it, and then
cute.
they
That's
Velcro
cute.
together, so they hug.
Oh, where'd you find those at?
Amazon.
I love Amazon.
So they have little hugging puppies that they got for Valentine's
Did they
Day.
get like embroidered with their name on their ears?
It's like probably heat transfer vinyl or something.
Okay.
Is what it
But
looks
somebody
like.
still did it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like fuzzy, so it's soft.
Yeah.
But they're excited, and they're excited that they hug each other, and one of their eyes is like a heart. So they're
That's
cute.
I didn't buy my kids Valentines this year, sadly enough. I usually do.
My husband got me like one of the little music boxes that I like.
Oh, nice.
So that was sweet.
Yeah, that's
Like
super
I can't
sweet.
do nothing. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. But let's be honest, isn't it just a consumer holiday anyways anymore?
I mean, I don't really care. Like
Yeah.
usually we do something, but it just, dinner
Yeah.
was enough.
Dinner's great.
Yeah.
Dinner's
Mom
great.
and Dad and I was supposed to go to dinner tonight, but I'm going to church instead.
Well, we went last night because everything's going to be so busy tonight. I'm
God.
not trying to fight crowds.
That's one thing I do not do is go out to dinner on Valentine's Day. Like it
No.
is too much. I am not waiting 3 hours for a table.
Well, and in Fenton, now you have to like reserve anything
Yeah.
that you want.
Yeah.
I mean, or you're waiting forever.
I still want to go to that Vault restaurant. We need to go there sometime and get lobster
Yeah.
rolls. That sounds good.
I like
Lobster rolls?
Yeah, that Vault restaurant has lobster rolls.
You get one
Oh,
hot
really?
and one cold. They're both
Yeah.
very good. And then
Really?
we got like bone marrow,
Mm.
and I don't remember what Jason
I've never
got.
done bone marrow. I've never tried that.
It was really
I hear
good.
it's really good. I guess it's like the inside of the bone, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you eat it, and it's supposed to be like really like
It
tender
comes
and
like
delicious.
in the bone.
And people really like it. But
I think it came
always
with like
seemed
little toasted
really weird to
bread,
me.
little toasted pieces of bread, and you kind of like spread it on almost like a.
What's the texture of it?
Yeah.
It's almost like melted like fatty butter kind of, but it's like it's I know it sounds gross, but
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, it does sound
Or
gross.
like have you had like Tomb like at the restaurants that like garlic yogurt sauce?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Like
it's
that?
obviously not garlicky, but almost like that. So you just like spread it on bread.
I want some garlic sauce now. That sounds really good.
Yeah, we just made some a couple days ago.
And can you still taste it in your mouth 2 days later?
No.
I love that when you go to a Middle Eastern restaurant and you get that, and it's just like, for like 3 days where people could just like,
it's
please stay away from me because you can probably smell me.
easy to make though at home, and then it's good for like months.
Yeah, so good. I remember when we were in Girl Scout camp when I was like in 6th grade, we had to take garlic pills because I'm not even kidding. We were in garlic pills. They're these clear
I've never even
pills.
heard of this.
Okay,
Me
this is crazy.
neither.
So we took garlic pills because we were in a section called Deep Woods. We were the farthest back into the woods, and it was crazy mosquitoes, like intense mosquitoes. So we took garlic pills. So I guess, naturally repel the mosquitoes. The
Interesting.
problem was that none of us could swallow pills yet.
Oh,
And so we had
yeah.
these gel pills and they popped in our mouths every time. And it was absolutely disgusting, like just covered in garlic oil. But hey, I didn't get
Hey.
bit. So
Hi,
yeah.
Charles. Have
Hey,
fun in
Charles.
class.
Bye.
Yeah, have fun.
Melissa, I was a little bit like I won't eat oysters. Like that really grosses me out.
Yeah. me
And
too.
I just put like a little bit of bone marrow on the bread at first to try, because I didn't know if I could get past like the texture and the look of it, kind
Yeah.
of. But they had mixed it pretty thoroughly with like some really yummy stuff,
Yeah.
and so it was actually really good.
Yeah.
I would eat it again.
I'm a huge person on texture. Like when we were in Costa Rica, they had like a lot
Yeah.
of like flan desserts. And I
Oh,
just
yeah.
can't do that texture, that
Like
custardy.
I don't like that like bread pudding.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that
I
custardy,
just-
that jiggly.
I
Yeah.
just can't think about what I'm eating.
Yeah.
But I like
no.
creme brulee.
Creme brulee
Yeah.
was different though. Creme brulee is more creamy, where that was more like gelatinous.
Oh yeah,
if that makes
I
sense.
don't like Jello.
Yeah.
I can't do like
Yeah.
It was
Jell-O,
more like
especially like
Jell-O.
when it's cold.
Yeah.
Like the cold.
Yeah.
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 Ugh,
And then if
mm-mm.
it has chunks in it, like rice pudding or like
No.
tapioca,
Gross.
can't do it.
Yeah,
Can't do
I
it.
my
know, when we
husband and
got rice
kids will
pudding
eat
at that
just
one
like
place.
cottage cheese. They'll just
Oh,
like put cottage cheese in a
is so
bowl.
gross to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they say
No.
they all really like it. They put like pepper on it.
Yeah.
And
And good for people who like it. I just can't do the texture of it. I'm a
Yeah.
weird
No,
texture
I don't.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So
Same.
finally, the article that made me go on my tangent, my Google search of all the different, things today.
Yeah, creme brulee is my
Creme
favorite.
brulee is so good, Deborah.
Patty
Yeah.
made me this
Oh, yeah.
wonderful birthday lunch one year. It was during COVID, so it was just like literally the three of us.
Yeah.
And she made me mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese, and
Yeah.
creme brulee.
Yeah.
And I ate so much of it, and I don't do dairy well.
No.
My
I'm pretty
face was
sure.
bright red.
Yes, and her stomach hurt for 3 days afterwards,
my
and I felt really bad.
gosh.
It was delicious,
It was totally my fault.
but it was so much dairy.
I know better than that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just worth it.
I don't think I've made creme brulee since then. I should make that again.
Our
'cause
creme
it's so
brulee coffee
good.
doesn't have dairy though, unless you add
No.
it.
Yeah, creme brulee is
Just
so
in case
good.
you're wondering.
That's actually the coffee I picked for my coffee of the month last month because it is just so good.
I need to change up my coffee of the month. I've been getting black velvet because honestly, a lot of times, like if I drink coffee, I'm going to drink it at the office because it's already made here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And my husband leaves really early in the morning, so
Yeah.
again, he'll drink coffee at his office
Yeah.
if he wants to. So I've got all
Yeah.
these bags of black velvet at home, and I typically give them to my brother-in-law or
Yeah.
whatever, whoever's
Yeah.
over. But I should get a flavored.
Yeah, you absolutely should. What kind will you pick?
I don't know because we have to pick off our list.
Yeah. White chocolate strawberry is a good way to go.
They're mostly so good. I'm not like a huge hazelnut
And you don't like cinnamon.
fan, and I don't like cinnamon, but some of our cinnamons aren't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
I
I really
don't
like our
know.
cinnamons. So.
And then it's hard because like, what if I want banana
hmm
Yeah.
or
So Bill said I had caramel apple this morning.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
caramel. I love caramel.
There is a
apple.
little bit of I think do we just have decaf left of that?
We just have decaf.
Yeah.
I think there may be like 48 count pods left.
Really?
I want to say there's like 1 or 2 boxes of those.
That caramel apple is good.
Caramel apple is so
I remember when
good.
we first developed that, making that with cafe caramels, and it was so good. It just
We just got an email yesterday. Somebody's really upset. They bought the Honey Crisp apple, like on a whim, like 2 weeks ago or whatever, and then they fell in love with it, and it's gone. I'm like, yeah, I
No.
mean that's how those
Yeah.
limited time ones work.
Well-
January was gone quick.
there's an apple coming up soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Yeah, soon.
Very soon.
So
I think we have literally 1 bag of regular horchata left.
oh man, that
And then
horchata was good.
In pods, we have a couple of horchata and like I think I saw 3 chocolate cinnamons.
yeah,
in
there's not a lot of
pods.
January coffee left.
No, we went through that really quick.
Has anybody gotten their February box yet?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
the chocolate peanut butter cup.
Yep.
I like how you have your
Carrot cake
days
cheesecake.
planned. I like
And it's
this.
all our fault. Hey, I'll take the blame for this one.
Yeah,
Totally, 100%.
Carrot
1000%.
cake cheesecake was really good too. I love that one. You know, right
Those
now
are
we're all
both
drinking
really good.
cocoa. I'm drinking a Reese's cocoa. Are you drinking
Well,
cocoa?
it's
Yeah,
cappuccino.
Yeah.
So for our C stores, they have like, the Speedway cappuccino machines in their gas
Did
stations.
you guys know we're in like 5,000 C stores? We do have like,
We do.
yeah, I don't know if we talk about that very much, but
it's
yeah.
definitely inferior coffee to what we sell on the website, but it's still pretty good. Like we make
Yeah.
sure and do really good blends and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
excellent coffee for sure. But we have
cappuccino machines.
yeah, cap machines. And so
We're-
we just got one installed in the office. And so
We're
I've been drinking cocoa like every
yeah.
day.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah.
I was like, we're testing
good.
flavors today. So we have Reese's
And Hershey's.
and Hershey's.
Yeah.
And John and I checked because I was like, hey, peanut butter, like that, you can't have peanut butter. It's nut free. So so that's great.
I asked him about that too.
Yeah.
That's funny because I know we're so about allergens here.
I know. I'm like, if you put peanut butter in that cappuccino machine, you might be like contaminating the whole thing.
Yeah. Complete, reset, which is a big deal.
But yeah, it's nut free. So they just must use like an artificial peanut source. But it is
for sure.
It's definitely not a cappuccino. It tastes like peanut butter hot chocolate.
Yeah, for sure. 100% peanut butter hot cocoa. It's pretty good.
I need to try the
good.
Hershey's one.
I know. I'm trying to drink it so I can try the Hershey's
It's sugar though.
It is so good. So and it's really thick too. Really thick. I like it though. Okay, so coming to modern day Valentines. So this is what I read. And I read this on a newsletter called The Skim, which I get every morning, which it's like a highlight of your news, right? So you can still read the news, but you don't have to go looking for it because I don't want to watch the news. I just don't. It bums me out.
I will say though, they definitely, it's very opinion based.
Yes, so I would say that too.
Be prepared for that.
I would say that too. So this says that the Census Bureau says that more than 117.6 million Americans over the age of 18 are unmarried. And that's about 50% of the adult population, which is way up from 22% of singles in 1950 and up about 5% since 2014.
See, but I feel like I'm just going to say that's a little bit of an unfair statistic. Just because 18 to 22 or 23, if you went to college, you're in college.
Right.
Like, or 18-year-olds can be graduating high school. Like, I feel like they should exclude that batch.
I do think that people are not getting married as young as they used to.
No, they're getting married later for sure.
Right? Like I got married at 21. You got married at 22?
25.
20?
No. How old was I?
I don't know.
I got married in
24.
2015.
You were 24 because didn't you get your gallbladder out and then you got married?
I was 20. I would have turned 25 though, right? Because I got my gallbladder out my birthday.
Yeah, on your birthday.
In 2015.
Yeah.
And I'm 32.
Yeah. So maybe you were.
Almost
10
years ago.
Yeah. This next year is our 10th anniversary, but we've been together since 2010.
Yeah.
So we've been together for 14 years.
Yeah. I've been married together with my husband for 20 years, which is really weird.
Which I always feel like you're like, oh, I'm married for 5, 10, whatever years, but it's like, what about the 5 years before that?
Yeah, you don't really get credit. Yeah, so I always say like we've been
know.
together 20 years, and then this year will be our 19 years of being married.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got married. You
guys got married quick.
Yeah, we did. We sure did. Yeah. And the drive-through in Las Vegas, So
I knew my husband in high school.
Yeah.
But we were like not dating or anything in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't start dating until between my freshman and sophomore year of college.
Did you guys graduate the same year from high school?
No, he graduated 2 years ahead of me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But we like out on the lake and stuff. Just like it was, every summer everybody came home. We just like reconnected. But one of my really good girlfriends was good friends with him. I was thinking
Sarah?
I think I was in like middle school when I met him. Bryn.
Oh, nice. Oh, Bryn. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, she's like, we're going over to this boy's house because I'm making him a friendship bracelet. And Bryn, if you watch this, that's going to be your voice in my head. And I was like, whatever. And we'd been on the lake like all day, skiing and whatever. I went over she made him this friendship bracelet and I just went on the other couch and went to sleep. I'm like, I don't even want to be here. So that was the first time that I met him.
That's cute. That's a fun story.
Then we didn't reconnect for like 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that happens.
I know.
And now you've been together for how many, did we say 15 years?
Yeah, since 2010. So yeah, 14 years.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was pregnant with Lane when we went to Vegas. And I think you guys were
Yeah.
dating then
Yeah,
or
that's
just
like
starting to date.
almost half my life.
Yeah. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
crazy.
Isn't that's really
Mhm.
weird? Yeah, I
Yeah.
was 19.
Yeah.
I've already got my wedding planned out.
Oh, she does. We
Yeah.
planned it in
I
Costa
talked to
Rica.
Mom about it.
Yeah.
Too.
I had a wedding plan
Disney
too.
wedding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she's got prices figured out and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
for her Disney wedding.
I really wanted a destination wedding.
Mm.
I always thought I'd get married on a beach somewhere. And then when reality came down to it, it was like, if we do that, then we can't invite the people that I would really, you know,
Yeah.
love to have there.
Yeah. Because everybody has to be able to afford to travel for it too. And that's not
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah.
you know?
So we got married at a campground, but
Yeah.
it's
It was on a lake. It was beautiful.
well, it's like
It was nice.
it's these two cabins back on
Mhm.
like a private area with a private beach on this lake.
Mhm.
So there was still a beach, and there was like two big cabins. And then we had like a big tent brought out and stuff.
And then Lori bought church pews,
Yeah,
which were from like this old church. They were like really cool.
they were really cool. She texted me one morning and sends me a picture of these church pews, and I have no idea what she's like. And she's like, I bought these for your ceremony. And honestly, they're gorgeous.
They're
the photos
absolutely
are
gorgeous. Yeah. And I like too, because didn't you ask everybody not to have their phones up when you walked down the aisle? I remember that.
We did ask that. People didn't totally adhere to it.
Yeah.
But when you look at wedding photos, first of all, you hire a photographer.
Yeah.
Right? You hired
Yeah.
a photographer.
Yeah.
So I want the photographer to take pictures and nobody to get in their way.
Yeah. And then when you have a photo with everybody with their phones up.
You have photos with everybody with a phone up.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
did ask people not to do that. Most people respected that wish.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah, that was good. I just remember us breaking it down at night and like, because there's no lights at the campground. Everything was completely dark, completely
Like we brought
pitch
our own
black.
DJ equipment and stuff. So we had that lighting.
Yeah. But then once we were actually like breaking down the ceremony, we had to do it that night. It was pitch black. And I
Yeah.
mean, like, I don't think I could barely see in front of my
No.
face. And we're trying to carry these church pews. And by the way, we were maybe a little drunk too.
You guys were, yeah.
Okay, I was definitely drunk.
Yeah.
And trying to carry these to
I think I found
the
your
thing.
shoes the next day. I'm like,
Is that where they went?
Whose shoes are these?
I don't know that I ever found them. So I'm glad you found
I think
them.
I brought them back here.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Everybody really pitched in and helped set up and tear down.
Yeah.
And then I had to get there the next morning. We were supposed to stay at the campground in one of the cabins. But honestly, some of the guests were just a little bit overboard. So we decided to go home.
Inebriated, you mean?
Yeah. We decided to go home.
I wasn't one of them. I was home too.
And then I had to come back first thing in the light and see the kind of like aftermath of it.
Was it a mess?
It was a mess. Yeah, I cleaned it up.
I would have came to help you clean it up.
Yeah, a couple people did.
Yeah.
I was about 5 years old.
Yeah, you weren't very old.
No,
you were the flower
little.
girl, weren't you?
Yeah.
You the flower girl?
You were.
Yeah.
You had a fabulous dress. My mom bought her this crazy fabulous wedding dress for a little 5-year-old. But then I'm so not a bridezilla. She was like, "What, would you be upset?" I'm like, the point of little kids is to upstage me.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the center of this attention.
Yeah. And you're definitely not an attention person at
No,
all.
I'm like, have the 5-year-old be the center of attention?
Tell
Absolutely.
them about your wedding ceremony though, and how it was like the quickest wedding ceremony ever.
Oh, planned for sure.
Yeah.
My husband and I hate being in front of people. Hate it.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable with it now than I was at, when I don't even know. I was 24, 25. Yeah. So, I said we're getting up there and we're doing the vows, the straight, normal.
Yeah. We're not coming up with our own vows.
And Johnny, who is a good friend of ours, he officiated our ceremony for us. So he added, some intro and nice stuff.
Yeah.
And then, we did our vows. It was probably under 5 minutes.
100%. I swear 3 minutes. As soon as we sat down, we were back up and out to the cocktail reception.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Well, and it was a Monday night. So we were moving through things, right?
Yeah.
It's we're doing the ceremony, we're having cocktails, we're having dinner, and we're getting people home.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was the quickest ceremony ever.
That's how I like to run my birthday
fantastic.
parties too. My kids' birthday parties.
Yeah.
It's okay, we play for 45-ish minutes.
Yeah.
And then I have everybody sit down and eat. And then we do presents, cake, and then people are free to go.
Yeah.
It's you'll in and out in under 2 hours.
Yep.
Promise.
I'm not going to hold you hostage at my house.
1.5 if I can help it. No, it's just people have other stuff to do and everybody starts getting cranky, and then some people will stay and hang out for, hours. But I'm tired and done too.
Yeah. No, I don't want to be held hostage at anybody's house at all. Please let me go home.
Yeah.
I have things to do.
Well, and now we're getting to the age where my kids, I don't want to have those people at my, like, I don't
Yeah.
know these people, so I don't
Yeah.
want to have their parties at my house, which means we
Yeah.
have to find somewhere to have
Yeah.
parties.
But then that's nice too, because it's like, oh, we got to be out at 3. Sorry, everybody, time to go clean up, go
Yeah,
home.
it is. It's
Go
just
home.
more expensive.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So the other side of this says that more and more women are actively choosing to be single, and they say that it's because they have negative experiences with infidelity. On the other side,
Yeah.
others are focused on their career or say they get enough love from their non-romantic friendships. And one study predicts 45% of women between 25 and 44 will be single by 2030. Isn't that crazy?
Well, I feel like, yeah, I mean, I get, a lot of men cheat, but I really feel
Yeah.
like it's a very strong two-way street with
Yeah.
this like younger
Yeah.
generation. Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Do you think social media does that? Like make everybody feel
Well,
like they don't?
I kind of feel like it makes it seem like the grass is always greener.
Right. I would
Right?
say with that. Yes.
Like, I deserve and I whatever, and the grass is always greener, and you never have to stop and work for something.
Right.
You never have to stop and
The easy
try.
thing to do is just to get divorced
Just to
rather
leave.
than like work on your
Well,
marriage.
I mean, that's what they say, right? You're not happy,
Or
you
your
leave.
relationship.
And it's like, well, I mean, you can work on what you have, though.
Right.
And sometimes the answer
Right.
is that it's,
Yeah.
and that's okay
Yeah.
too.
Like if somebody's
Yeah.
violent or abusive, verbally or emotional, anything
Or
like that, 100%. Like that's a bad person.
Sometimes I think like we had a friend who was in his 60s, and he actually was a like a second father to my husband,
Mhm.
kind of. And he told Jason when we were getting married, he's like, one of the biggest things that you guys need to do is you need to talk.
Yeah.
Because what happened is we got so busy with the kids and we stopped communicating. And then my wife was really upset.
Mhm.
And I didn't know she was upset.
Wow.
So by the time it got so bad and we went to counseling, I couldn't even overcome all of
Yeah,
the things
I
because
couldn't
it
fix
just
it.
built up so long that she
Yeah.
was beyond her breaking point.
Yeah.
And it was just finding out, kind of.
Wow.
So
What a scary thing though, like, to just
Yeah.
not know. But
Yeah.
it's true. Communication is really a
Yeah.
big issue with a lot of relationships.
Well, it was interesting too that both his both of some of the really significant men in his life who are were divorced
Yeah.
really regretted it.
Yeah.
And really wished that they would have made
Mhm.
different decisions.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was a really good thing for my husband to hear, especially at the beginning of our marriage,
Yes.
from men who have been through it.
Yes.
And kind of been like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
I really
Mhm.
missed that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. You're absolutely right, Deborah.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to get
Yeah.
into the weeds, and
Yes.
y-
And making each other laugh is so important. My husband is funny. Like he is
Yeah.
quiet and you would never know. And then all of a sudden he says something and I'm just like clutching my sides laughing because
Yeah.
he's hilarious.
Yeah, my husband's funny too,
Yeah.
which definitely helps because I'm definitely a firstborn. So
100%
I can
accurate.
get pretty serious, and I
Yep.
can get very like task oriented in
100%
what I'm
you.
doing.
Uh-huh.
And then I can get frustrated because nobody's helping me in my task that I decide is the most important thing
Yep.
right this second,
Mhm.
So he's really good at kind of pulling me out of that and being like, okay,
Yeah.
take a step
Yeah.
back.
Did you ask for help?
Chill out.
Did you express your desires to
Well,
other,
sometimes yes, but it's still
Mhm.
not on my timeline. But just like making like being like, okay, let's go outside and shoot our bows, or like this isn't that
Yeah.
serious. Let's go do
Yeah.
something. Like
Let's deflect.
yeah,
Deflecting is good.
we kind of pull each other out of each other's comfort zones.
Yeah.
So that's always, it's just nice.
Yeah, it is nice to have a partner and somebody to come home to that is your best friend.
But sometimes, we get in that habit where you come home, you eat dinner, we put the kids to bed, and then you sit on the couch and you sit on your phones.
Yep.
And
Yep, we do that too.
And you can feel that too, and it's
Yeah.
not great.
Yeah.
You
I read something the other day and it was about like and this is actually more connecting with your kids and like depression and stuff. But it was really about like, okay, just putting your phones down and like taking times to connect with them. And it was like going on a walk once a week because sometimes you don't know what's wrong. Or like, and the article was really sad. It was a guy whose son took his own life and the parents had no idea anything was wrong.
Oh,
Yeah.
my mom was telling me about that.
Oh, it broke my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
It broke my heart because, and then you think as a parent, you don't want to be that person, right? You want to
Yeah.
know where your kid is at. Same with your partner, same with everybody in your life, but it's impossible to know.
Well, and sometimes I think that's, kind of twofold. So like we make sure that our kids go to, my parents every Thursday and they see their grandma, because
Yeah.
sometimes as a kid, you're just not going to talk to your parents.
Yes.
You're just not going to.
No.
So making sure that they have other adults in their life that they
Mm-hmm.
feel comfortable talking to
Mhm.
about some tough things,
Yep.
I think is just as important as making sure they can talk to you.
Absolutely. My son's got a great therapist. He's been in therapy since he's 5 because I'm a huge believer in therapy.
Yeah.
And I think he would tell that man anything.
Yeah.
That man believes in him and is definitely a great mentor.
Right.
And he's right across the street. So it's kind of awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I used to come here when I was in high school, and we had a woman here that I would, kind of talk to. And she was almost like, the cool older aunt or the whatever. So like, I mean, you're probably going to be one of those people that my kids talk to.
Yeah.
Just because your age proximity. Yeah. Right now, like you babysit them, but at some point your age proximity is going to be more of the friend.
Yeah.
But that's great because they feel
8 years older than Stella.
Then they feel like they can confide in somebody that's safe.
Yeah.
When they can't always confide in mom and dad.
Yeah. Or for some reason they just don't want to. They don't know if their parents are going to be mad at them or something, you know.
Cuz it's just hard. You don't want to disappoint your parents. It's hard to tell them everything.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure. My 13-year-old told me that he's the rock for my 18-year-old and vice versa, and they talk all the time, and I'm like,
but that's great.
I know. He just told me that the other day because I brought up the article or the video I had watched, and he was like, yeah, Alex tells me everything. I know everything about Alex. And I was like, all right.
I follow my mom around the house. I think she gets annoyed with me sometimes.
She sure might, but she still loves you.
Okay.
I don't talk to anybody because I'm homeschooled, so I'll follow her around. I'm like, am I annoying you? And she's like, no, you're fine.
No, I mean, we all used to kind of do that. And like when I was in school, mom and I would every Wednesday, she would take me to, it was just McDonald's, but we'd go to breakfast together before school. And we'd go into McDonald's and we'd sit there and we'd have breakfast.
Nice.
It was just like a half an hour, 20 minutes to sit and talk about whatever was going on.
Yeah, that's great.
But it's hard. You have to make the effort and make the time to keep those bonds.
Yeah. And that can be harder to do, when we get all caught up in taking this kid here and that kid there. And, I've got to do this and I've got to do laundry. It's really hard to come back down and center. So
for sure.
But we do try. Sure. We try. We're not perfect, but we try, right?
Yeah.
We're never going to sit here and oh, yeah, we do all these things. We do not.
No.
We do not. We are not perfect creatures by any means. We just try.
Well, I will say my main level is a disaster. My level where the bedrooms, we are at 40 minutes.
Yeah.
My upstairs is clean. So, of course, my downstairs is not clean.
No, you can't have both.
You can't have both. You can't do it all.
I'd like a house cleaner to help me with that, but we'll see.
Right. But I hope you guys have an awesome Valentine's Day and have just lots of people in your life that you can show love and that love you.
Yeah. We love you. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Even if they're, not your significant other, it's still a great day to reach out and just
did you know Valentine's Day was actually, it's a thing, but it was brought in by Leslie Knope from the show Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was the one who apparently created it.
I did a Valentine's party last year.
Did you?
I mean, it's just fun to, especially when you don't get to see your friends that often, just see, show some love.
Deborah. Yeah.
Show some love.
Yeah.
All right. We appreciate you guys, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us Wednesday morning. Don't forget to share, give us a like if you feel like it.
Yeah. And come back next week.
And then, next week, I don't know what you guys are going to be served with, but it should be entertaining.
We hope it will be. Yeah.
we hope so. Appropriately entertaining.
We'll be getting massages, so we won't really know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we're going to be in a service.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a time change between there and here. So I don't even know what the time is in Arizona because I know they don't do.
Is it 2 hours?
Well, they don't do daylight savings, so I don't really know.
I think it's 2
I thought it would be 3 hours, but because they don't do it, I'm not really sure. We'll find out when we're there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But all right, your boxes are shipping, are shipping, so you guys should get those soon.
Yeah.
It's kind of a unique theme, so I hope you guys love it.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good